Well, good morning, church. It's my turn to do the devotion this morning, and really I just want to say that this is the first devotion that I've done from my home in Ilkley, so that's an interesting fact, I suppose. Today's Saturday the 24th of October, and really, just as I was considering about what to share in the devotion this morning, I was reminded that our clocks go back tonight, and it's funny that in a year where most of us, I'm sure, are not keen on gaining an hour, it's not desirable in 2020. I'm sure that we'll be happy to see the back of 2020. But that said, life goes on, and inevitably we will reflect upon this time. And speaking about reflecting upon times in our lives, I've noticed that on social media there are reminders often of images of 1 year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I know that on one social media platform they call it time hop. I don't have that social media platform, but I've seen time hops where the photographs are from 5 and 6 years ago. And it's always been this time of year for me personally, for the past 5 years, where I've found myself along with others in our church serving in West Africa, in Ghana. And really I've sorely missed that time of opportunity this year. And so I saw an image recently of this day 5 years ago. There was a picture of me and my son Jonah over in Ghana, and it made me think about the times when we've gone over and we've taught the many children in their academies and in the schools and on the sports field and in other places, and also we've been able to teach the pastors who've come for their annual conference, for their annual recharge. And it's been a great privilege to teach the word and to share with the pastors. And thirdly, it's always a good time. It's always been a good time to serve with other Christians from mainly America and people that we previously did not know, and yet through those trips we've formed friendships that will last a lifetime. And really, as I saw that image of me and Jonah in Africa, it was God reminded me that it was an immense time of blessing in a completely different culture. And yet, when I think now, I think those times of blessing, I would not trade for anything else in this world. And only last night we were just talking on the eldership team on WhatsApp about the fact that, in fact, it was Luke that reminded us that it's often in our times of serving that we grow the most spiritually, and how true that is. And I was just reading Friday morning, I was reading from Mark chapter 10, and in particular in my heart I was thinking about the ministry to the children in West Africa, and Jesus really taught some important things about having a childlike faith. I just want to read from Mark chapter 10. And Jesus, it says, blesses little children in Mark chapter 10 verse 13. It says that then they brought little children to him that he might touch them, but the disciples rebuked those who brought them. But when Jesus saw it, he was greatly displeased, or he was indignant. And he said to them, let the little children come to me, and do not forbid them, for of such is the kingdom of God. Assuredly I say to you, whoever does not receive the kingdom of God as a little child will by no means enter it. And he took them up in his arms, he laid his hands on them, and he blessed them. And what a wonderful picture that is. And really, Jesus there teaching his disciples that we are to receive the things of God as little children, with childlike faith. And that's really a challenge to us, isn't it? And Henry Halley said this. He said that heaven will be exclusively occupied by childlike people. Now, I don't know about you, but when I first hear that, I immediately think of it in a negative sense. And what I'm not really talking about, the fact that heaven will be full of childish people, but it will be full of childlike people. And when I think about my own, 2.8-year-old daughter, she does not walk around our house like she owns the place. She's not a pompous individual, and heaven will not be full of people who are pompous and pretentious and walk around like they own the place. But heaven will be full of childlike people, and what I mean by that is Jesus was saying that you accept the things of God, you come teachable, you come trustful, you come to him free from mental pride, you come unsophisticated but loving. And that's what children are like, aren't they? And I find it interesting that the disciples did not think that the children were important, and Jesus was indignant at their treatment of the children. And he was making this important point that we're to have childlike faith. We're to come teachable, come trustful, free from mental pride, come as innocent as a child. Well, God bless you guys. I really pray that you'll have a great weekend, and why not join us at church this Sunday? Obviously not, if you've not booked online, you won't get in now because it's booked out, but have a great weekend, and really pray that you'd have a blessed time. God bless you guys.